let's get started. Hello, everyone. My name is Beyant. I'm the CEO and founder of Extendly for High Level, and I'm being joined by Ruheen with heyLevi. Ruheen founded with her husband heyLevi. heyLevi is, I'm going to let Ruheen finish that sentence for me.
A prompt-free AI sales copywriting app is what we're calling it, but it does so much more than that. So we're trying to find the right name. If you guys have ideas, let us know.
Awesome. Yeah, so there's a lot of talk about prompting and using ChatGPT, this and that. heyLevi is built on it not being a prompted app, meaning prompt-free, prompt-less, no prompting, zero prompting, all of those things. To that way you don't have to become an engineer on prompting to get good content out of it. Today, what we're going to do is we're gonna build a lead magnet with you on the call here. So feel free to share your input on there. We're going to show you the process of how a lead magnet is built within heyLevi, and then at the end of it, those that are attending in attendance only, we're going to give that lead magnet away to everyone who attended there. We are going to give it to our team who's going to fix it up a little bit, design it, make it look beautiful, and then we'll deliver the PDF in about a week or so to everyone who is in attendance of this webinar today. Anyone who's watching the replay, I do apologize. Please do attend our webinars in the future. You will not be able to get it. It will only go to the people who are in attendance as a thank you to those that took the time to show up and be here with us. All right, with that being said, I've got one quick question for everyone. How many of you guys are today using a lead magnet in your business, whether it's your SaaS, your agency, to collect emails and build an email list? If you want to drop a 1 or something in the chat if you are, or a 0 if you are not, just so we know what sort of, and either answer is okay. We're here to educate you on the power of lead magnets. So let's just get to know how much of our audience is doing what. Okay, so
I love that we have a 0.5, by the way, can I just say?
Yeah, we do have a 0.5, a lot of zeros, a few 1s. Okay, well then that's perfect, because we're going to show you exactly how to build a lead magnet here today.
I have one question though before we move on. For those of you that said 1, how many of you guys are nurturing those leads consistently? And I don't mean just like 1 or 2 emails, like, hey, thanks for signing up, and like, here's what we sell if you ever want to buy it. But like a strategy on nurturing them, but through any channel, email, SMS, anything. I know, never as much as we should, right?
30-day email and SMS sequence, that's great. Yes, not much. 52 weeks. There you go. That's what we like to do. The reason I kind of laughed at that is if you're not familiar with Extendly and the snapshots, we have a 52-week nurture sequence inside our snapshots. So and that's built to nurture your leads for a whole year there that you can with 52.
Yeah, and I would love to actually dive into, I'm curious because a lot of you are doing 30 days and then putting them in an ongoing thing, which is great, but I'm curious to know if you want to share, and we'll keep moving on, but where the 30 days has come from. Let me know, but I'm going to actually just move forward with why I'm asking that question as well. We've all heard about the 7 touch points, right? And fewer people have heard that there's actually 7 to 12 touch points that a lead requires in order to convert to a sale. So it's not just 7, or isn't a number, but usually it's between the 7 to 12, and it all depends on how cold or warm the audience is. So so when you do 30 days, I'm curious, like, how are you doing 30 days? Are you doing once a day for 30 days? is there a method to the madness where you're taking them through some sort of a journey through those 30 days? And we're going to talk about all that today. But just curious if you guys have any sort of thought process behind that, if you could share in the chat as well.
Yeah, it's important. I mean, some of us think, you know, a daily email is too much, and others believe a daily email is absolutely necessary. And some of us want to break down and not want to bother the lead or the potential customer too much. So we want to do like maybe once a week, once a month, once every couple of weeks, right? I don't think there's any particular correct or wrong answer to that formula. It's what your business is and what your audience is willing to take up, and obviously the most important thing, what that content is that you're delivering to your customers.
I like the last two comments too. The leads will let you know what too much is. And they don't forget about me. Well, that's the important part, right? As long as they don't forget about you and they're not unsubscribing. So I feel like Todd and Charles, if we could just combine both of your thoughts around this, and that's really what we want. We want to make sure that we're not bugging them too much, but also we want to make sure that we're top of mind. Charles, I know you mentioned the economy, and I was actually on this call earlier today, and I love what the guy said, and I'm going to repeat it here, but he basically said, if you ever think the economy is why you're not making money, look around you and see if anybody else in your industry is making money. And if they are, I can tell you it's not the economy. And that's also kind of ties into why we're here. It's about the messaging, and it's about how well you understand your customers. How that ties into the economy, yes, but it's the messaging that you're using to really meet your customers and your leads, your prospects, where they are.
Yeah, that's very true. For the number of years I've been in business, I don't think I've ever blamed economy as the reason for us not being able to drive revenue to the different businesses. And so that is very, very true. I would not blame the economy unless everyone else in your business space is literally not making money. Then yes, switch industries, go to a different business model. Then that may be the reason why. Before we move forward, there's one thing I want to mention about lead magnets. Lead magnets do a great job for building your list, and they do an even better job of educating and building authority with your potential customers. We use lead magnets in our business. We use lead magnets in all of the different companies that externally operates, including heyLevi, Academy, and externally itself. Extendly's lead magnet alone bring in somewhere near 1,500 leads every single month, and that's month after month after month. And those are the different types of lead magnets we're using there. Facebook groups could be a lead magnet, although it's more of community building in there. With the lead magnet, the job is to essentially capture the contact information and then deliver something that's going to impress your customer and help build authority with your business. Essentially, you're trying to build a reputation, right? So let's go ahead and dive a little in and figure out how the lead magnets are going to be built.
And then also to answer the question about, by the way, somebody mentioned that they're not seeing all the chats. Is there a setting that we can change, or?
Oh yeah, it looks like it's all going to host and panelist only.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder.
That's fine. I'll ping first so that everyone can.
Okay, he's checking.
Okay, there you go.
He's checking. So hopefully we'll get that fixed, so that we can have more of a conversation here. But yeah, also there's a question about, where did that go? Are lead magnets for Facebook only? I know Banthi just answered that a little bit, but lead magnets are really to find your people, right, for your business, and that can be through any channel. Social media is great, obviously, because that's where your people are almost certainly hanging out on all the different social media channels. So not just Facebook, but anywhere like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube is great. I like to use lead magnets linked to the cover photo, and I have a very old one there right now, which I need to update, so don't go look today, but but yeah, you can share it in any way. And in fact, even email, I know that the thought process is probably like, there's no point in sharing a lead magnet through email, but it's a great way to segment your audience. If you have a really large email list and you've just been collecting them over time, and you're now coming up with a new offer, and you want to figure out which of those people on your existing email list would be interested in this very specific offer, that's a great way to use a lead magnet. You would just email that out and track who is actually downloading it. And then you know that they're a good fit for your larger offer as well. So there's just so many different ways to use it, but definitely not limited to Facebook in any way. There more.
Yep. There's there's a few things required for a lead magnet though, to be successful, and we're gonna go through those steps as well. Matter of fact, there's a new feature inside heyLevi that we're gonna work on, and it's called workflows. It's an entire workflow that helps you build the lead magnet and all the necessary assets that are required. What are some of the things, if I can get a little poll on audiences, just throw in whatever comes to mind. What are some of the things that you believe are needed to have a lead magnet be successful? So the first, obviously the item is lead magnet, and then there's additional items that are necessary. For example, like emails, right? Perhaps a landing page where someone can go enter in the see what the lead magnet is about, enter in the name and email, so you can capture that and deliver the lead magnet. The nurture sequence, whether it's through emails, call to action, and maybe even an ad that you can run on something like Facebook or something that helps people engage with and drives them to that landing page for the lead magnet. And essentially the end result is to stay top of mind. And I remember someone mentioned it earlier that they'll never forget about me. And that's exactly what you want. Your customer may not be ready to make a decision to buy today, which is completely okay. You don't want everyone buying today anyways, because that may be way too much, depending on the type of business, way too much to be able to take on, right? You want people to be able to buy over time, and the nurturing and staying in touch does exactly that. You want to be staying on top of mind.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Are we ready to dive right in?
Yeah, when you're ready, let's dive right in and start building the lead magnet here.
I don't know if there's a smooth way to share from one thing to another without stopping share, but I think I'm gonna have to stop. Sorry.
Yeah, I think you should just stop and then.
Yeah. I was trying to find if there's like a switch share window.
And while you're doing that, just the people that joined in later, what I was saying earlier is that we're going to deliver a lead magnet here. We're going to build a lead magnet with you using heyLevi, the copywriting app that we have. You're looking at it right now, right in front of you. And there's a new feature called workflows in there that we're going to showcase and show you how that works. We're going to deliver this to those people that are attending today, are in attendance on this webinar. We're going to grab the list from Zoom and shoot an email out to all of you guys. We're going to build a lead magnet. Then we're going to have our team clean it up a little bit, design it, make it look pretty and beautiful. Then about a week or so later, it'll arrive in your email. So if in case you're watching the replay, join our webinars next time, because we're always going to be giving away a good resource of this nature on these webinars going forward. All right, Raheen, back to you.
Thank you. While I get started, I just thought of one more thing I'd love to know. If you could let me know what your niche is, who your people are, who your target audience or your customers or niche or industry is, drop it in the chat for me. But yeah, this is the new heyLevi. And if you guys haven't seen heyLevi if you haven't opened up the app in a week, it's going to look very different. We just dropped a whole bunch of new things this week.
And
Okay,
those of you that are not aware about heyLevi, just a little background, it's a white label copywriting app using AI that you can white label and install inside your high-level. This is what you're seeing right now is within high-level, and it's it iframes in, and you can offer it to your customers. Your customers can do all of these things like building a lead magnet for their business as well. So it's another tool that you can add on to your arsenal there.
yeah, I would think of it like Jasper and Copy.ai and all these other tools all kind of merged into one. With all the prompting all done for you, marketing frameworks all built into the app for you, and then it's completely white labelable. And we can go over some of the white label features and how those work at the end if you guys would like to see that. But yeah, so these are all the things that it does. It does a whole bunch of things, but today we're going to focus specifically on lead magnets and how to convert those leads that you bring in through the lead magnet into actual sales for your business. So this
Should we go over, before you go into that, could you showcase the avatar and building a persona? Just a quick 5-10 second overview, and then we can jump in. I think it'll be important for everyone to see how we define an avatar for product.
Charles, I do have my power glasses on, so yes, hopefully I was actually worried that it might be distracting, but I feel like it's actually hopefully keeping your focus here. But yeah, so like Bant was saying, what you can do with the app, and this is what each of your sub accounts can do. So whatever we demo today, like Bant was just saying, just remember that you can do this in every sub account. So every sub account is like its own account, except for the actual agency settings where you white label it, of course. But in terms of the copy and the way you use the app to build out your entire sales funnel, that is something you can do on a sub account level. So you can do this for your agency, your customers can each do it for themselves. And the idea is that your business and your customers' businesses, you guys can build out all the products and services and offers that you offer currently, and anything that you decide to offer in the future, you can keep building those into the app. We just have 2 examples here because this feature literally just dropped this week. But now you can build out as many products and services, dial them in, and I'm going to show you what that means, what building out a product or service means for heyLevi specifically. But you can build those in, save them forever, as long as your business actually offers that, and then you can use those to create your copy, whether that's sales copy, marketing copy, social media copy, SEO copy, doesn't matter what it is. If it's for your business, you can actually use, you have a starting point, which is the product or service or whatever you offer.
So the main idea behind that particular feature is of adding a product or a service is that no one likes to go in having to tell the AI from the beginning, oh, this is what my business is, this is what my business does, this is what my product does, right? All of those things. Well, once you create a product, you can save all of this information. Then you can, when you launch a particular module, a content module, it'll pull in, it'll give you the drop downs to select whichever product you want, and you don't have to repeat yourself over and over again. You already have that information available there, which makes creating content even easier going forward, instead of having to put in all that information from the get-go.
Yeah. All right, so the way to do it, I mean, there's a show me how button. And by the way, the show me how button is going to come everywhere. It's going to be throughout the app. So for anyone thinking, how am I going to explain all this to my customers? You don't have to. Everything is going to be there's going to be like how-to videos, all white labeled. No mention of heyLevi throughout the app. So anyway, there's the show me how thing. You can add in a product. When you do that, the product wizard will take you step by step through every process. This is what it looks like when you're just starting out. All you have to do is plug in the name of your product, a short description, pick whether it's a product or a service, and then who your target audience is. And then the app will start to build out everything from your, what's it called? Your customer avatars for every audience that you have, hold on, just need to reset this really quick. Your positioning, your messaging, your elevator pitches, some parallel target markets that might be interested in what you have to offer that you may not even be thinking of. great things when you're actually ready to expand your offers, expand your audience, and expand your business, right? All of that is going to be attached to your product. So what does that look like? We created this product here. So this is Ryzen CRM. This is basically like an example of a high-level CRM. It's an all-in-one system. This kind of applies to all of us here. It's an all-in-one system for your sales and marketing team, everything you need in one place so you can reduce your costs and increase your sales. I don't know why. Did I forget to finish my sentence?
I think we copied
Anyway, but yes, you can put a description in here. This is a product, right? So we created multiple audiences. So you'll see that in the drop down here. So again, when you're first building out your product, you'll just create one audience to start with. But then when you save it and you come back, you can add in as many audiences as you'd like, tweak it, edit it, anything that you need to do. So in this case, we created 3 parallel audiences that we wanted to test. So let's say we're looking at local business owners here. Then we asked the app to create custom avatars for this audience, right? So once it did that, I have these, and in the interest of time, I'm not letting it like kind of think and process all of that, just showing you what it looks like once you've built it out. All of this was built by the AI. I didn't have to come in and do my own research and kind of figure out who my target market segments are. And I just had a general idea of who I wanted to market to. And it does the rest for you. So any information that you have about your audience, even if it's really high level, basic, you can feed it in, and then the AI does all of the heavy lifting, all of the work for you. What's the name of the tool? Oh yeah, it's heyLevi. Sorry, just checking the chat to make sure there are no questions. That just stop me.
I got you on the questions. Don't worry. Keep going.
Okay, perfect. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, sorry, I just lost my windows. Okay. So you know, we didn't give the system any context into what kind of small businesses or what kind of local businesses we wanted to target. Just wanted to see what the AI would come up with, right? And so it came up with a diner owner, florist, and a tailor, right? And these may not be people that you're serving. If you're serving local businesses, this actually might give you some more ideas like, hey, yeah, my system could also work for one of these. Or if you're really specific about, I only work with gyms, you know, then you can be more specific with your audience. You can actually just say gyms, or you can say specific kinds of local businesses, and it will build those out for you as well. So for example, when I just changed the audience a little bit, I had, which one was the fitness? Yeah, here. I have a fitness studio owner and like all the things that I would need to know about this avatar, this person, in order to understand what their not just pain points, we all talk about pain points, right? But it's really understanding what those pain points mean in their larger world, in their lives. How that ties into their business, how their business ties into their personal lives. It doesn't live in silo, right? Like we all lead these lives with many different things, and they all come together to form our experiences. And it's really understanding that, which is way deeper than most marketers kind of go. But that's really where the magic lies. When you can speak their language like you're their best friend, and you understand their lives as a whole and how everything ties in and how you can help them, how you can meet them where they're at and help them, that's when your messaging starts to resonate. So, so for this one, yeah, we have a whole bunch of options. I think we still want to use the florist.
Let's go with the florist one that we had.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in case anyone's wondering why florist, maybe none of you guys actually work with florists. We were talking about all the different avatars that we had here, and we felt like florists are probably one of the easiest local businesses to target because they are the perfect person for an automated system, because they don't know anything about automation or even marketing. Like they barely know. The most tech savvy ones know that they need to take pictures of their floral arrangements and put them up on Instagram, right? But
well, that's a selling point right there alone. And use the social media planner to give them have them post their pictures on social media.
Right. So Max, you think heyLevi needs a better name? I'd love to know why. Anyway, so
Drop in your suggestions.
wait, what? Are there suggestions? I don't see any.
No, they're not. I'm just
None
joking.
yet? Okay, yeah, let us know what you think would be a better name. All right, so let's see why. So this is and also, by the way, florists are also a great example of just any local business, right? The typical local business that knows how to run their business, they know everything about their business, but they don't know much about how to market it. So these are the kinds of insights that the AI is going to give you. All we told the AI was to focus on busy local business owners, and this is what it produced for us. So we're talking to about a 38-year-old florist. I mean, that's a demographic that's not super important, but just understanding that, okay, they are in their mid-30s, mid to late 30s, and they've been in business for a while now. It's a family-owned business. Again, relates to so many local businesses, right? What their pain points and fears are, right? So keeping track of sales trends while staying ahead with marketing campaigns, like this kind of stuff wears them out. They don't know what they're doing with that. They don't know if they're really, they are actually aware that there's a lot that they don't know, right, about online marketing. Core motivators. She values the tradition inherited from her family, which is true for a lot of family-owned businesses, but also acknowledges that she needs more modern methods, right, than her family has maybe previously used. And she wants her store to be the go-to place for flowers. But again, replace this with any local business. They want to be the go-to place, right, for their community. Their inner dialogue and decision-making. So hopefully you guys are seeing this isn't just like, oh, 38-year-old mom who has a family-owned business. Great, now I know what I need in order to talk to this person and help them. So this is their inner dialogue and their decision-making process. Their decisions are based on enhancing customer loyalty. Again, goes for everything. I have a friend who owns a bagel shop business. Like all of this, just replace florist with bagel shop business, it applies. And then effective engagement and strategy. So this last part is the system telling you, the AI telling you how you could engage with someone like this. So we can, relate to her concerns by showcasing how our product can help her in understanding sales trends. This ties into high-level report, right? Like, how do you meet them where they're at? You show them what's working and what's not working in their business. And executing effective marketing campaigns without requiring extra effort. So that's the language that we can use when we talk to this person. Some of the other things that you will do when you are setting up your product, and this is taking a lot of time to actually talk through, but remember this, we put this together in under 2 minutes. All we did was press buttons after we told the system what the name of the product is, what it does, and who our basic audience is. The system does everything else for us, segmenting the audience, figuring out what their pain points and driving decision drivers are, what their pain points, the pain points that we are currently addressing if you have a sales page, or you can type this in manually, all your features and all of your benefits. And if you have any comparative alternatives, you can add them in here. We skipped this part for this one. And then it generates your positioning for you, right? Your positioning, your messaging, your parallel target markets, like we were talking about, your elevator pitches. So this is way beyond, like, remember I was saying this is a sales copywriting app is what we're calling it, but it does so much more. It actually helps you and your sales team and your marketing team, like, really align on what you're using, like the kind of messaging that you're using, whether it's through written copy or through conversations. If you're going out for dinner and you're talking to a restaurant owner, the kinds of things that you do, the kinds of words that you use to explain what you do, so that it's actually going to resonate with this business owner, right? It's about the kind of language that you use on sales calls to handle sales objections and to answer questions. It's really the way you speak about your business and how you can help people that makes all the difference, right?
The elevator pitches are so important because a lot of businesses don't have an elevator pitch. They can't explain their business, their product, or their service within like a 30-second or a single sentence to majority of the time. They've got to, it started this way and started that way, and by the time people lose, so the elevator pitch alone is a huge benefit to the businesses. A quick poll test I want to do over here. How many of you guys think, maybe drop a 1 on this, that just doing this portion that we went through with you right now, that we just showcased right now, if you did that exercise with your clients, do you think you'll blow their mind away and with the amount of information that this has produced for you? What are your thoughts? Is everyone in agreement with that it would definitely be a super cool thing to show them and give them? There you go. Yep. Fantastic. Everyone's in agreement.
And yeah, I mean, we haven't even jumped into actually creating any copy yet, right? This is just like the stuff we're gonna save into the app, so the app knows how to speak our language, do the work for our business. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say, imagine like you hire a marketing professional for your team, a marketer, and how long it takes them to learn everything about your business, learn how to speak and represent your brand in a way that's actually going to resonate with both your business and your customers, right? How long does it take them to actually learn that? You're doing this in 2 minutes. You're basically teaching the app how to do that in 2 minutes. All right, so once you do that, you can update it or save it here, and then it is saved in your products and services here. Need to figure out why I can't seem to reload it there, but yeah, so we just have these 2 products. You can have unlimited products and services here, and then you can go in and add in more audiences, avatars, whatever you need to as we go on. Now, let's jump into actually creating some copy and creating that lead magnet, right? So I'm going to go back in here. All right, so the lead generation workflow. What do? We pick our product that we've already saved into the app. I'm going to go next.
The Ryzen CRM name there is a white label of high level. Essentially, that's our test name that we use almost everywhere on all the testing products. So that's what we're selecting. Feel free to go to the Ryzen.com and you'll see our sales agency box landing page there. That's where it's pulling all this information from that we've given it. There you go.
Yeah, so this is the Extendly template page, which probably looks really similar to your page as well, right? But yeah, this is what we're pulling out, and the AI is doing all the rest of the work for us. All right, so we're picking this product. Who's our target audience? Again, if you click on this, you'll see all of your saved audiences here. So in this case, we're going to do the busy local business owners. You can pick a persona if you want to keep this kind of generic, because you just want to put out some marketing material that isn't going to speak to this specific avatar. And there are use cases where you'll want to do that. You can leave this blank. But if you know that you are dialing in an offer or a lead magnet for one specific segment of your audience, then you want to pick the persona. So in this case, we are creating a lead magnet for our local florist, right? So I'm going to pick that avatar here. It's already pulled in from the product details. I can overwrite it if I want to change this, but this is the point B. So you're creating a lead magnet, not just to give out free information to the universe, but also so that you can get the right kind of leads into your business and then offer them that bigger thing that you're selling. Let's just assume, since we're all high-level marketing agencies here, that you're offering, the end goal is to offer them your CRM, right? Whatever that means for you, whether it's a part of the CRM, the whole CRM, whatever that means for you. So the end goal is to offer them this all-in-one system, right? Name of the product is already here. And now, so all I really need to do now, it's already pre-filled everything from the product that we created together before. So for this, you can create a cheat sheet. Now, keep in mind that this is just generating copy. So if you want this to look pretty, you'll have to put it into something like Canva, use a template, stick the copy in there, and then you're done. But we're just generating the copy here, right? So you can do a cheat sheet, you can do a checklist, ebook, template, infographic. Again, obviously you would have to plug this into something like Canva, or a workbook. So for this example, let's go with a checklist. And then I hit next. And so basically
the rest of everything we're doing in here is live. You're watching it all do the work. There's no shortcuts going forward here.
Yeah. And that's OpenAI telling us that it's having a little problem here. But honestly, a lot of times, any error that we get from OpenAI, by the way, we just pass into the app so that any user knows that it's an OpenAI thing and not anything to do with the app itself. But most times it just works anyway. So now it's given us 10 options. We can generate more ideas, or we can pick something from here. Let me know if anything stands out to anybody.
And anyone's got an opinion on which one we should select here, feel free to put it in the chats.
The last one. Okay, what's the last one? Flourish your flower shop. Okay, go with this one. Let's do this one. Oh, we also had a vote for the
6.
We have 2 votes for the last one, though. Let's go with the last one, yeah?
Boost your sales.
Oh, lots of votes. I still think the last one is leading. Anyone else? Anyone else want to break that lead?
Boost
Okay.
yourselves. Last one. Last one.
Oh
What is the
my
sixth
gosh.
one? Oh,
You
what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
should
Nurture,
number it.
nurture one, I think. The
So
essential.
this is number 6, the Essential Florist Guide to Mastering Successful Marketing Campaigns with Verizon. I'm actually going to veto that one if that's okay, because
That's
there's a
actually
lot of
fine.
jargon in there, and we really wanted to speak to that person. We wanted to be simple. So I'm going to choose something simpler. What was the other one that you guys like? The Boost Your Sales, Comprehensive CRM Checklist. Going to veto that one too, because they don't know what a CRM is yet. So let's go with this last one. Okay, I'm going to go with the last one because I think that's the best one out of the ones you guys just voted for. Okay, next.
Last
All
one.
right,
Yep.
yeah. So, oops, okay. So if you do something that's more involved, like a workbook or an ebook that has lots of sections, you can actually tell the system, it will ask you, depending on the type of lead magnet that you choose, it'll ask you questions like, how long do you want it to be? How many paragraphs do you want? And then you can kind of go through, create the whole thing, and then you can edit each part as you like.
In the settings. All right, the magic.
Right
The
here, as you're creating it. Sorry, what was that?
I was just saying the AI magic is happening right now as it's generating the copy.
Live. Okay. So here's our checklist, right? So let's see what it gave us right out of the box. Okay, it's telling you, make sure you have your oh, it's actually, this is so interesting. I wouldn't have thought of that. I thought this was saying like, make sure you have your logo, but no, this is a logo that you would put. Okay, so if you're doing it for a specific flower shop, that's actually not a bad idea. You just put the flower shop's logo. But anyway, okay, so so you're giving them a checklist for what they can do for their marketing strategies. Okay, so they need to have a logo, they need to have a consistent color scheme, visual aesthetics. Okay, I'm just going to go through the bullet points really quick. Consistent visuals. And then it's getting into some deeper stuff. Okay, I already like this, and I'll tell you guys why. Now, most of us are marketers here. You're probably looking at this thinking, that's basic stuff. Doesn't everybody already know that? Like, are they going to be like, well, I already know this. And that's the point, right? You want to meet them where they're at. You want to first start talking about the things that they're already talking about and questioning if there's more. So you want to validate that they're thinking about the things that they're thinking about. So they're really easy. They're not getting overwhelmed as soon as they see this. They're like, okay, I can put my logo everywhere and make sure that that's happening. Or check, I already have that. Do I have a consistent color scheme? Visual aesthetics, they're probably already thinking about the flowers. They're probably in their minds now. They're going, okay, check, check, check. Okay, understanding your markets. And now it's kind of diving into some deeper stuff. And this is where you kind of take them on that journey, right? So now you want to, you're basically suggesting that they start collecting their customer data. If you had started with this, if this was like number 1, they'll probably just stop reading at that point, right? If you just hit them with data, like a florist, they're thinking all this pretty colorful stuff. And now you're like hitting them with, hey, collect customer data. They're going to be like, whoa, okay. And then we're telling them exactly what to start collecting. Again, I love this because it's making it really simple so they don't see data and like run for the hills. We're telling them start collecting the age, occupation, and buying trends. That's not hard to do, right? Be mindful of trends in popular bouquets, weddings, and graduations. Study what's working for other flower shops. So don't just look at magazines or Pinterest. Study what's actually working. Like, what is the data telling you? Right? So you can see how this would resonate with a local florist shop, right? Hopefully you guys are seeing like how simple this was. You're not sitting and creating this list. This is already taking your customer avatar, what their pain points are, what they're struggling with, what they're thinking about, where they feel like they already kind of have a grasp on their marketing and where they feel like they're struggling. And you're building a story for them. Like, okay, are these things already things that you're doing? Okay, check, check, check. Great, you're doing well. Now let's start diving in deeper. Here are some things that you could start doing today. Right? And then it talks about your social media presence. So you've taken them from like basic branding things like colors and logo to, are you collecting some basic data to what does your social media presence look like? Now you've got them more and more engaged and now they want to keep reading, right? And then leveraging community engagement. So it's already broken this entire checklist. It's not just a list of like 20 things that they should be doing, but like it's broken it down, I think really nicely. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of this?
Yeah, and
So
it's going right into email marketing as well, right after number 16. So more of what the CRM features and things of that nature as well.
yeah, right. And again, I think we're talking a whole lot more than we're actually doing any work here. I feel like if I just did this without talking, I would be done. Like this would be like a 3-minute webinar.
And by the way, there's also the rewrite, regenerate, and expand options. For whatever reason you weren't happy with the results that it produced, you can always do that as well. And have it expand more, provide more different types of options. And obviously you can reduce the number of checkpoints you want in here. You can add in your own if there's something that's really cool that you want to make sure that is in there. The customization is really up to you.
Right. And here there's a comment from Ernie. I love how the results can be used for numerous businesses and have a sprinkling of specifics. And that's exactly what we're so excited about with this. Like you get to choose, are you trying to create something more generic for like a larger market? Or if you know who you're talking to, let's dial that in without you having to, like with ChatGPT, what most people are doing, or if you're using it right now, what you're probably doing is going into ChatGPT, creating something that sounds a little bit generic, and then using your know-how, knowledge of the industry to get it to be specific, right? This is already doing all the work for you. And yeah, what Banth was saying is that I can select anything and I can say, you know what, I don't love how this is worded and I can't figure out how to word it. Like, I don't know what to say to it. So I'm just going to rewrite that part. Now I just wrote the same thing in a different way. Or I can say, I really like how this is written. I wanted to actually kind of go deeper into it and expand on it. So I can use the expand option as well. All right, let's say we love that. Now, we don't just leave you there. We're not just like, there's your lead magnet, see ya. How are you going to deliver it, right? So if somebody signs up for your lead magnet, now you want to start that journey. They just showed you that they're interested in what you have. Now you want to start building that relationship, building that trust, right? So the first thing that goes out from your business is that delivery email. And here's the first big mistake that a lot of businesses make is just coming up with this generic email that says, hey, thanks for your interest. Here's that thing that you asked for, enjoy, right? But like you actually want to start talking about that. They've already told you what they're interested in, like start that conversation, right? So let's see what it gave us here. Welcome and get ready to flourish your flower shop. Obviously this isn't in the GHL custom field format, so you'd have to replace that. Thanks so much for your interest. We're thrilled you've chosen to access the name of this lead magnet. And it's designed specifically with folks like you in mind, passionate about growing your floral business, right? And then you can put a link to that checklist here. This can be a trigger link leading to something else if you want to like track how many people are actually downloading this. This checklist will guide you through implementing impactful steps from creating and compelling brand identity and visual aesthetics. You're starting the conversation right in the email itself. Effectively understanding your market and clientele, improving social media presence, community engagement, all of these words that are already in their heads. This is what they think about all day, every day. You're just putting that in an email so that you start the conversation with somebody so that they feel like they're getting an email from somebody who understands them and understands their lives, right? Okay, all of this tailored just for flower shop owners. Okay, let us know if you have any feedback or questions, right? Okay, great. We have that. Now this is going to save all of this. It's going to be saved in your content history. Anything that you generate in the app, apart from the products and services, those are going to be there permanently until you delete them. Whatever you generate through the copy modules will be saved for 90 days. Okay. All right. So yeah, it just saves everything here. So now when I hit done, now you'll see this is a workflow. So we're actually creating everything that we need for this lead magnet to also nurture them. Okay, so let's breeze through this one. We've already got all of this filled in. This is going to let you do anything from a 7 to 12-day sequence. Again, really think about how cold or warm this audience is. Let's say we're going to do a 7-day sequence here. Our target audience is already in here. But if I want to pick that persona again, I can do that. And by the way, if you're ever like, I don't know who Susan the Frantic Florist was, who was that persona again? You can just hover over this and then it'll just give you this little blurb of like who this person was, and you can make sure that you're selecting the right person, the right avatar, without going back into your products and trying to double check that. The lead magnet, it just got fed in from the previous step, so you don't have to add in anything here. Again, this is what our end offer is going to be. So your email nurture sequence, I like to think of it like a bridge between your point A and your point B. Your point A being that lead magnet or whatever it is, however they're coming into your business, and the point B is what you're trying to nurture them to buy, right? And so your nurture sequence is really building that relationship, and it's about taking them through this journey of how again, continuing that conversation that we started with email number 1 in the previous step. Let's just pick a price. Let's just say $2.99 is a month, right? Is what we're offering our CRM for. What is the main topic of conversation? So, how to grow your, can't type today, I'm sorry. How to grow your, is it floral business or florist business? I don't know what the right word, technically correct term is. Let's do that. How to grow your floral business through marketing automation. All of this is already in there. The benefits, our sales page. We can use a tone of voice. All of our built-in prompts have an appropriate tone of voice built in, okay? But if you want to add in a tone of voice, you can do that here. Something that we have coming very soon to a heyLevi near you. Sorry, I had to say that, but is a drop down. And so what you're going to be able to do is click here, and you're going to be able to see like 10 of our favorite tones that we like to use in our copy. And you'll be able to hover over them to see like a quick example of what that looks like. So I don't have that ready to show you just yet, but it's going to be there. I think it's actually already there in the ad copy module today, but it's going to be throughout the app by next week.
And also notice right underneath that, what does it say? It says generate emails only or generate emails plus SMS. So there's an option for you to generate text messages as well and plug those text messages into your high level as a nurture also.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are missing this one. I think we need to add some space here. Okay. I think I'm going to talk to our team to have this clearer here. Okay. So yeah, you can pick, let's go with both. Okay. So here I'm going to have it generate the entire email sequence. You can generate them one by one. I know, I've met a few folks who like to do it one by one and kind of work through it so that they can edit each step as they go instead of generating the whole thing. It's really a personal preference thing. I like speed. And so it's actually going to show you which email is generating as it goes through, and it's going to give you some trivia to keep you entertained. I didn't know this. Did you know that consumers who purchase products through email spend 138% more than those who don't receive email offers?
There we go. All the reason why we should be sending more emails.
It's always fun when it gives you something. Like I was generating personas the other day and it gave me this really fun fact about personas. I can't remember what it was now. Should have written it down. Just going through the comments while this thing kind of works its way. It's on email number 4.
First suggestion, let's announce heyLevi coaching calls on Thursdays at 5 p.m. next week. If anyone's interested, do let us know. We'd love to kind of showcase and show off the stuff that helps the marketing side of it. I didn't think there would be any interest on that, but if there is, feel free, let us know. We'd happy to Charles said, I'll be there.
Yeah, actually, a lot of people are asking about the SaaS snapshot. If you want to, you have like 60 seconds, Ben. Do you want to
go? Sure. Why don't you actually, let's finish this off. We can answer those questions
later. Okay.
Yeah, let's stay on topic.
All right.
I have a meeting in 7 minutes. What is the deal? There's no particular deal. We're just going through the lead magnet. Since you're attending here, you'll get the lead magnet. Be sure to watch the replay. If you want to go get the app, you can go to heylevi.ai. And our landing page is there. You can take a look at the different plans we have available. Check it out. But we're not. This isn't a sales webinar, so we're not really pitching anything, but I just pitched it to you right now, so feel, feel free to go check it out there. One note, since you asked, I do want to make is starting April 1st, we do have a price increase happening. When we launched the app very, very late last year. We launched it for a few months to have a lower price point to get users and get feedback in. We've received amazing amount of feedback from people, and everyone's loving. A lot of people, I should say, not everyone, but a lot of people are loving it. There's several that have given us good feedback, which we've implemented, and we're continuing to improve the product. Hence the reason you're seeing the workflows and things of that nature come into play as well. And the price increase is listed there. Those are kind of slashed out right now. But those that sign up during the lower price point will be grandfathered in. And that's April 1st when that price increase will happen.
And no, this is not an April Fool's joke.
Yes, that is not.
Okay, so I'm going to dive back in here because I want to keep it moving. Any questions about heyLevi specifically, we can answer at the end here if you guys are sticking on. If not, just feel free to, if you need to hop off, just message us and we'll answer any questions. But really what we wanted to show you on this is the power of how to actually create lead magnets and a whole lead funnel, which is going to resonate with your target audience and lead them on this journey, build that trust and relationship with your business. But that's what we're here for, right? And I really want to show you the power of that. You could do this with a copywriter, but now really with the power of AI, you can either use ChatGPT if you love prompting all day. Sorry, I don't mean that. I don't mean that to sound as sarcastic as it did, but there are people who like ChatGPT and like to kind of play with the prompts, and even though it takes them a little bit longer, that's fun for some people. But for those of you that are like, I can't be sitting here prompting all day long. I have to share this with you actually. I had a call the other day, I think it was last week, with one of our heyLevi customers, and he said, I feel like people who don't understand prompt engineering very well, they love ChatGPT because they feel like they can say something simple and it will give them something back. But those who actually understand prompt engineering actually don't like ChatGPT because they understand that the work that goes into creating copy that is actually usable, that takes time, right? So I thought that was like a fun kind of way to think about what ChatGPT is and how heyLevi is for those people who don't really want to be spending their time prompting, even if you're like the most amazing prompt engineer ever. But yeah, so let's dive back into this. And what I wanted to show you here is if you are crafting your emails, you want to make sure that you're not just from email number 1, 2, or even 3. You're not just like, hey, by the way, I also offer this, like, let's chat. You want to get on a call with me? It's like a dating website, right? Like if you meet somebody or you start chatting with somebody who you feel like there's a connection with, you want to kind of build that relationship first before you're like, hey, do you want to go out for drinks and beyond? But anyway, so here you'll see that it actually talks about, it's actually going to start talking a little bit about what's in the lead magnet. So again, we want to continue that conversation, right? So we're just educating them more here. There's no pitch. That's really what I want to point out here. There's no pitch here. It's just a story about how we've done this before, like assuming obviously the AI is making up the stuff, but if you want to fill in your actual story here, that's great. That's amazing. That's what we want you to do. But at least it gives you this layout of how you want to structure these emails when you're sending them out, right? And we're just continuing to educate them. Email number 1 is just about educating them. Email number 2, and of course, the format of this changes a little bit depending on whether you choose 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12 emails for the sequence. But the idea here is you want to continue with storytelling, building that relationship, educating them on whatever this topic is that you chose to start this relationship on. And again, like this is like now coming up with stories like he is like you, he had this business and these are the things he was worried about. And this is how he turned those worries around, right? And then just taking one little piece, or they're just talking about the logo, but you can switch this out for something else, maybe from the lead magnet that resonates more. We're really showing them that even if you use any one thing from that checklist that we sent you, like that's the power of how it can turn your business around. That's what it's doing here. All right. Again, this continues. So every email is going to build on top of each other. And by the way, I know Ben mentioned that we're going to send you guys the PDF. we're gonna send you all of this. We're gonna send you the entire email nurture sequence. If you wanna update the words here, you have a template ready to go, like go ahead, just plug it into your business, use it. Change out the names and the stories if with stories from your business, but really it's like this template and format that's ready to go. And then it will slowly start introducing your CRM. So like, see, we're on email number 4, and there's still no pitch here, but now we're starting to introduce very slowly the concept of having tools that do a lot of this work for you. So now you're educating them, you're building that trust, you're building that relationship, giving them ideas on how they can grow their business. And now you're introducing that concept of tools before you actually mention your CRM or your system at all. All right, so email number 5, again, we're like continuing the conversation, still no pitch, right? And some of you might be thinking like, okay, like I actually want to sell my stuff, like there should be a pitch, but the pitch comes once that relationship has been established, right? And here we're actually kind of hinting at it now. In tomorrow's email, I'm going to share how the story that I shared with you, the character in the story, made life so much easier for herself and how you can do the same, right? So you're kind of building up very slowly to that pitch. But guys, if you were to write this yourself, we all know this, we've all heard this, right? Like build that relationship, build that trust. But if you were to actually craft this entire sequence and kind of try and take your leads through that journey, like, I'm curious if you can drop in the chat, like how long do you think it would take you, or even if you have a professional copywriter on your team, like how long is it taking them to do this? Hours, right? Some people take days, weeks to get this together because they create it, then they go through other people on the team, like want to edit it, and like you can still do that. Everyone can be here, but it's all kind of done. It's all like 90% done. Okay. So now is, when we start going into the pitch, right? So like, now we've, and see, AI will sometimes, by the way, I want to point this out. So none other than, I don't think any of us talk like that. That's a very AI sounding thing. So obviously, like I said, it's not going to be 100%. I would say it's a good 85 to 90% done, which I will take over 0% any day. But it is putting the whole thing together for you. And you can always change this language, right? So it was something we call Rise in CRM. Like I would just edit that, or if I'm like, I'm not sure how I want to say this, like let's reword this. You have these rewrite and expand options throughout. So really kind of massage that into what sounds like something you would say. And then when you're done with it, when you're at the bottom and you're like, okay, these emails sound great, I'm going to go next. And now is when you can generate your SMSs. So I'm going to scroll up here. I'm going to generate all of my SMSs. And the way it does this isn't meant to be a standalone SMS campaign, right? That's coming, by the way, that's coming next week. If you guys are into SMS campaigns, we're releasing a whole new module that does exactly that next week. But for this one, this is specifically to kind of drop a message in every once in a while. It's going to generate a text to go with every email. So it's going to basically reference like, hey, there's the story about so-and-so that we just shared in your inbox, so go check it out. Those are the kind of text messages that it's going to generate. And the idea is just to kind of, in case they're not checking their email, or maybe your emails are going into spam, this is a good way to also connect with them in a different channel, and let them know to, look for that email. Obviously, once they look for it, they white label it. Now, white label, right? Why does white label sound like the wrong word to use right now? I think we use white label in a different context usually, but you see what I'm saying. And now your emails are going to now land in their inbox once they look for that first email, and make sure that it's not going to spam, right? Once they tell their email provider that this is not spam, that they're actually enjoying the emails that you're sending them because it's educational and not a pitch fest. So yeah, so hey, and again, you can change these names out, but wonder how your logo or your color scheme might affect or reflect the uniqueness of your flower shop or who your top buyers are. Full stories in your email inbox. So it's going to just generate one for every day. I would say you don't have to send out each one of these. I like that it does it for each one. And so you get to pick like, hey, I'm going to send out a text message for like day 1, day 3, day 5, and day 7. So I'm not like texting them every single day. That can get a bit much. Even if you're hitting their inbox every single day, that's a lot gentler than hitting their phones every single day.
I just thought of something as you were going through this. What if you sell lead magnet as a service to your customers? You can literally come in here, build a lead magnet, whether it's with them or without them, and build the email sequences, the copy of the lead magnet, the SMS sequences, all of that. and charge them an X amount. People charge anywhere from $1,500 to $2,500 to build a lead magnet for a business. You think you can get at least $1,000 for this? I think that's, with the amount of content that this thing's producing, that could be a service by itself.
I love it. LMAS, lead magnet as a service. Did I get that right?
I was wondering where you were meaning with that. Yes, you got that one.
Sorry, my standing desk just wanted to stand up. To that point, by the way, I love that idea. And really quick, while I hit next here and we move on to the last step here, but I did this when I used to teach chatbots, by the way. I was like a ManyChat, I hate using the word expert, but I used to teach ManyChat. I was a ManyChat coach, and I had my own ManyChat business where I used to coach people, and I used to have this whole course and training group and everything. But what I was trying to go with that is my low ticket offer with that was this amazing thing. A friend of mine gave me the idea, and I thought it was amazing, and it actually ties in really well with what Bianca said. Is something that I used to call the 1 hour chatbot. The idea was that you pay for an hour with me. I used to charge $350. You pay for an hour with me, and I will set up your ManyChat bot in that hour with you. And so if you were to do like, I don't know, I wouldn't call it lead magnet in an hour because you're doing so much more. You're giving them an entire sales funnel. I would say like sales funnel and oh, that's a tongue twister. Sales funnel in an hour, or leads in an hour, right? Like anything. So anyway, those are some ideas that I think that would go really well with what you just said, Ben. Okay, you've got the question. I was just trying to see if there are any questions for me. Okay, cool. Yeah, the step-by-step video, by the way, it comes with a step-by-step video for you as the agency on how to set it up. I haven't read all the questions, so I'm sorry if I'm missing context here. But then we also give you a white label video, a demo video that you can share with your customers. So as soon as they sign up with your CRM, or if you're selling this as an upsell separately, you can just send them to the white label page that we give you. It's a completely white label. I think it's like 5 or 6 minutes, and it just walks them through the app. Although that will probably have to be updated now that I'm kind of thinking out loud here because of all these updates that we just did this week. So we'll get out an updated video as well. Okay, so last part, right? And this is optional. This is if you're running ads to your end offer. And this is something we're kind of toying with, and you guys can tell us if it would be helpful to also have an ad copy step for your lead magnet if you're running lead magnet ads. Usually lead magnet ads are really simple, right? We don't do a lot of copywriting for them. They're just meant to be like, hey, this is what we've got. Like if it's a free thing, like it's a freebie, so you don't need a lot of copy. But we were kind of toying with that idea of putting in an ad copy module for the lead magnet and one separately for your offer. But regardless, what this step is doing in the workflow, if you go into the module separately, you can generate ad copy for anything. It could be your lead magnet, it could be anything. But in this workflow, what it's doing is it's taking everything that you've created so far with the lead magnet and the email sequence, and now it's coming up with basically what is retargeting copy, right? So you are nurturing them into that sale through email. We all know multi-channel marketing is where it's at. Like you want to reach them through different channels. And so if you run retargeting ads, conversion ads, they're going to be cheaper than running conversion ads to a cold audience. Now you have this like really warm lead that is like building this trust with you. And if they see an ad for that last thing that they're already considering because you've been emailing them about your CRM, now you can send them ad copy for it too. So again, everything's already filled out for me here. All I have to do is go next. And we actually just released some updates to the ad copy module last night, so I actually don't know what we're going to see next. Let's see. It's going to be a surprise. You guys, can you let me know if this is this exciting to like, are you guys, hopefully you guys are like thinking about all these ideas where you can market this in so many different ways and reach local businesses and not just local businesses, right? Like any kind of business, whatever your niche is. Hopefully this is like really turning your wheels.
Yes.
And yes, images will come. That's something that we're working on right now. I don't have a date for you yet, so I can't, but yeah, they are on the roadmap.
On fire.
That's a lot of fires. Thank you, Charles.
Charles.
Okay, so this is all getting updated. This is why I wasn't sure if this is what we were gonna see here. This just got updated in the ad copy module last night. I need to check if we are pushing this out in the workflows tonight. But anyway, so this is gonna look different, but here, I mean, you basically what I wanted to show you here is that you have different frameworks that you can use for your ad copy, right? And so there are, I believe, 8 different frameworks that we have personally researched, tested, and they're proven to convert, all built in. And if you don't know what any of these things are, I mean, I think most of us are familiar with IDA, but
These
if
are
you don't
very
know,
popular frameworks that are used in the marketing world that people have proven and tested over the years and decades.
yeah, and even if you haven't heard of any of them, just try them out. We all know, right, that ad copy is best when you're testing different ad copies to see what resonates. And so you can use all the different frameworks and then pick the ones that you want to test and just put them out there and let the data tell you what's resonating. But yeah, you can create as many ad copies as you want. And this is again going to be different. Right now, you can only pick one and then you can generate more. The new UI, again, that should be out by tomorrow, is going to show you it's going to let you select multiple ad copies. So when you go into the last step, you have all these different multiple ad copies that you can save and then plug into your ads manager. All right, that's it. So there's my ad copy. And when I click done, that's a wrap. Now all of this is in here for me. I literally have my entire lead sales funnel all built out for me.
There we go. With
And
all that talking and being distracted with answering questions, we still got through within an hour and built everything out. Now, it took us an hour, but obviously you can cut that to 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And
yeah, even.
But an hour's a great amount of time for all of that. Normally it would take several days to build all of this out with a lot of focus onto it. So there you go. That's all done.
Yeah, and then this is all going to be saved now when I hit done there. It's going to be saved into my content history. And it's all going to be here. So my ad copy is here, my email nurture sequence, my lead magnet, this is all here. This is of course previous work, but what we just created today is all saved here for 90 days. You can save it. All done. I see a question about, does a customer have to have GHL? So we're assuming that your customers are using your GHL. So that's all they need. They just need to buy your CRM and then you just integrate it in, you call it whatever you want. It can be completely white label. And then they get access to it however you want to give them access.
Yeah, the whole point is for you to, the app will do all the copywriting stuff, but you want them to do more than just the copywriting, right? You want those automations in place so that it can actually send out the email nurtures. You can capture the data when someone's opting in for your customers, and that's where everything GHL does, right? So your white label of high level will do all of those other automation stuff, and the heyLevi app will do all the content writing that GHL doesn't do. So it pairs really, really well with it from that sense. And we're hoping that it would get you more SaaS sales of your white label by including this module, this app with it.
Yeah, anybody curious about how the white label stuff works? Like how you can actually get this to match your white label? Can the outputs
modify the themes, the colors, all of that, Tira, as well. We can showcase that as well here in a second or two.
Yeah, so the answer to sorry, Ben. I didn't mean to.
No, go ahead.
So I can't market just to local businesses who aren't wanting to get on GHL. So you can. So the answer to that is you would still put it into your GHL. And I've been in talks with the GHL legal team, and they let me know that as long you guys are probably aware of the MAP, right? The minimum advertised, what is it? The minimum advertised price. Yeah. So you can't sell any of GHL's features for under $97. But as long as you turn off all of GHL's features and you only sell a third-party app like heyLevi, and as long as everything, I just want to make it clear that you have to have all of GHL's features turned off. You can sell it at whatever price you want to. And if you're wondering how you would do that, we actually have CSS code. And eventually the GHL team let me know that they are actually updating the SaaS configurator. To hopefully by next quarter, let us if you're on the 497 plan, you'll be able to just turn off everything using the SaaS configurator. But until then, or for those of you who are not on the 497 plan, you can, actually, we should make a few other things clear too, if you're not in the 497 plan, but we do have CSS code in the meantime that will allow you to turn everything off and sell the app as at whatever price you like.
There we go. And Mike said, yeah, Kunal already answered it, but yeah, you do bring your own API key, so that you can pass on the wholesale cost of whatever the API charges without any ridiculous markups on it from our side.
Yeah, and when we
So I've seen this question over and over again. Raheen, could you go to our sales page on heyLevi? There's questions about what does the app cost, and I mentioned the pricing stuff earlier. So let's go over that real quick and get that out of the way. Someone asked earlier as well, and just want to clarify to those that when we first launched, we did a lifetime deal. We don't do lifetime deals at all. I'm personally against them. We did it for the launch at that time, and we got a great feedback at that time as well. So those that purchase a lifetime deal, all this stuff that you saw today is already in your app. So you continue to get all those updates without having to pay any additional cost over again. So all of the workflows and everything that we went over is already there. The app today costs $39 per month for the starter plan. That gives you access to one location, so one sub account inside your high level. And so that's if you're someone who's wanting to do the copywriting on behalf of your customers. You want to do all the copywriting on behalf of them, no problem. Sign up for that plan, and you can do all of that, right? The second plan is up to 5 locations. If you want to go ahead and have 5 of your sub accounts or certain of your sub accounts, give access to them and have them do their own copywriting. We would highly recommend you do that so that you don't have to, unless you're charging it as a service to do the copywriting for them. That's a great way to do that as well. But if you want to give them access directly, you can also do that on the second plan. And then lastly, the growth plan is the unlimited locations. It goes to unlimited amount of sub accounts that you can offer to. And like I said earlier, price goes up April 1st. The slashed over price is what the price will likely be at that time. And those that sign up before then will be grandfathered at the pricing level that you sign up at. And if you, for example, if you sign up for the $39 plan and then you want to later upgrade to the value plan, unfortunately you'll have to pay for whatever the price is at that time when you do the upgrade. But as long as you stay under on whatever plan you signed up on, you'll be grandfathered at that price almost forever. Hopefully that clears up all of those questions. And finally, no commitment. It is a month to month. You can cancel anytime, and there is a 7-day trial. So if you want to check it out, if you want to do all of this that we just did, and maybe you want to build a lead magnet for a different niche, or for your SaaS, or for one of your customers, you want to blow them away and just kind of hand them a lead magnet, feel free to sign up for the 7-day trial and test it out yourself, and let us know what your thoughts are from there. All right, any questions?
Yeah, some questions. So GHL will not charge you for AI as long as you have them turned off. If you have content AI turned on and you have heyLevi, and your customers end up using the content AI in their apps, that will charge you. But heyLevi does, I think, trying to think, I want to make sure I'm not saying this incorrectly, but I think it does. I mean, it does, I would say 99% of what content AI does, and a whole lot more. A couple of things that heyLevi does not do that content AI does is it doesn't deep link into the parts of GHL. That's something that we don't have access to through the API today. And the other thing is rebilling. But again, rebilling is great if you want to like really upcharge, because high level is already upcharging you on those usage costs. And so you would have to make sure that you're upcharging on that amount. And I know it's not a small amount. Whereas with heyLevi, you're using your own API key, you're paying raw usage costs. Nothing is marked up.
And Ken also asked if you get unlimited, can you shut off any location at any time? Raheem, can you go into the agency view and show how that looks like, and perhaps a good time to go into the theme and customizing stuff?
Yeah, so really quick, I want to for those of you that want to see how you can customize this to like fit into your agency, whatever your branding is, whatever your colors are, whether you use light mode, dark mode, a combination of both, like we have in this one, you can match it to whatever your CRM looks like. So let's say you have one of these, the amber or yellow. There's not a huge difference between the two of them. And let's say you want to keep light mode, but you don't want this black thing on the side. You can do that. You can preview it. And now I have, you know, this color, or I don't know if you guys have purple, let's say, and maybe you guys have dark mode. There's just a whole lot of customization you can do with the app to make it look like it's yours. There's no mention of heyLevi anywhere except here, and this is your custom menu link. So when you put this in as a custom menu link, we give you, when you register for the app, we give you a URL that you use as a custom menu link. At that point, you can call it whatever you like. So let's say your Ryzen CRM, this could be Ryzen AI, right? You can call it whatever you like.
Austin, that's such an amazing compliment that you said there. You only sent it to hosts and panelists, but I want to read it out. He said, "Thanks again for the webinar. While there were numerous amount of AI GHL plugins that came out, there was tons of them that came out last year. I chose this simply because it was backed by Extendly, so I knew it would stick around and it would be updated. This shows me that I made the right choice." Thank you so much, Austin, for that. And that's exactly our plan.
Yeah. Who owns the information? You. You own the app, you own the information. Darius, I believe the recording will be sent out, and then we're also going to send you everything that we generated today. So the lead magnet that we created, the copy for it, the entire what's it called, the email nurture sequence with the SMSs, and then also the ad copy that goes with it. We're going to send you all of it. heyLevi is not included in the Ultimate SaaS Agency in a Box.
Those are just two separate products. They definitely do go well together, but they're essentially two separate products that are available.
There's a bunch of questions that I think we missed, so I'm just trying to catch everything. If you get the unlimited, can you shut off a location? Yeah, so you can. There's a few different ways to do it, but if you go into features, you can create as many. This just has a base tier, but you can create as many features as tiers as you'd like. Control the monthly word limit on a tier basis. Right now this is just locked. But if you turn this on, actually no, that's not what I wanted. This is the disabled tier. I apologize. So when I'm on the base tier, I can put in a monthly word limit. I can here I can actually choose which features I want to turn on and off for each. So you can sell this just like you are with your SaaS. You can decide what to turn on and off for each level. And then you can also choose to show anything that you've locked, anything that a tier does not have access to. You can show it to them with locked modules. In your agency settings, you can actually put in a link to your upsell page. So if somebody doesn't have access to the app, or they don't have full access to the app, there's a way for them to go in and purchase more. That's all white label. That's still being offered in the thank you email once you sign up. So you get access to all of that. And then you also have a sub account level. You can go in and you can turn off access to enable access. You can just literally turn this off for any sub account.
Yeah, so think of this almost similar to your SaaS configurator within heyLevel, right? You got all the features. You can choose to enable whichever features you want to give access to, or all of them. You can create different types of feature tiers, essentially plans. You can request them to upgrade if you want to include some in a like a free plan or whatever. You're able to customize it in whichever manner you want, or you can offer all of it just as you wish. So that flexibility.
Yeah, and it might be worth mentioning, sorry, I hate saying this, it makes me sad because I've gone back and forth for months with GHL on this, but if you're on the 297 plan, you would probably need to stick with the $39 starter plan for yourself versus being able to resell it. Right now, reselling only works well with the 497 plan, and the reason for that is you need an agency API key in order to give your sub accounts access. So whether you go with the value plan, which has the 5 sub accounts, or the unlimited, in order to share this with anybody, with any of your customers, you would need the agency API, and they were talking about giving out the agency API key and making that accessible to the 297 plan. But what we heard from them recently is that they're not going to be doing that. So unfortunately, that is something that's out of our hands, but I wanted to make it clear because I know that there's been confusion in the past with folks on the 297 GHL plan wanting to resell this to their clients. So on the $39, on the GHL 97 and $297 plans, you only get a location API, which means you'll be able to use this for one sub account. So definitely stick with the $39 plan for that one. But if you're on the 497 plan and you want to resell this to your customers, then you can choose one of the other plans.
Yeah, and I noticed someone asked earlier, can't find the question, but I think it was something about, can you upgrade within the app the pricing plans? So at this time, there isn't that ability to upgrade to a higher tier plan within the heyLevi app, but just email us and we'll take care of that for you.
Yeah, if you email billing@heylevi.ai, we'll be able to upgrade you, downgrade you, or whatever you'd like. Hopefully I got all of our questions. If someone can let me know if there's any, I want to make sure that we've answered everyone's questions. There's also this thing, by the way, sorry, I just got a little distracted, but if you're reselling it, this is one of our test accounts, so it's not going to show us accurate data, but basically you get this dashboard where you can keep an eye on, not keep an eye, but like you are aware of what your sub accounts are using because you're using your API key. And so you want to know like which of your accounts are using it, what modules are they using, how many words have been generated, tokens generated, frequency of use, like every single module. It's going to give you this entire dashboard here. So you have full visibility into what those usage costs and usage would look like for your agency. Yeah, thanks, Mike. I'm glad you like it. You should be able to create unlimited ad copies with the number of locations you select. I'm not sure I understand that question. For any sub account, they would be limited by the word limit that you set for them. So in your feature tier settings, or if you override that at a sub account level, which is also something you can do. But basically when you assign people to a feature tier, they will be limited by whatever word limit you decide here. SaaS in a box. I think we're I don't know, Ben, I know we're at time. Do you want to email that out? Maybe when we send out, I know a lot of people are interested in the SaaS in a box. So.
I don't want to hijack that for interest of everyone else's time, but if you go to, I'll drop the link in here. There's a demo video that goes over the SaaS in the box on this page. So feel free to go there, check it out. And if you want to explore the website itself, you can go to Ryzen.com and you can see the entire website, all the different pages and everything that it has. I don't know if Charles is still on here. Yep, he is. He did a like a walkthrough a while back. There's a recording of that inside the Externally Facebook group as well. Feel free to go through that as well. Or jump on it. There you go. Charles just dropped that as well. So Charles uses the SaaS in the box as well. There was a point that a lot of people asked, and Charles was very kind to just do a webinar with everyone to go over the SaaS in the box plan there. So Charles, thank you for doing that.
Yeah, and thank you, Ernie. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Jamie, are you asking for the link? Which website? I know that we shared a bunch of different links here. Charles has his links. And then if you're looking for the heyLevi one, it's this one. I know that the band dropped the link to the SaaS in a Box one too. So hopefully, let's include all of these links in the email when we send it out too, so everyone has access to everything. SaaS in a Box. Okay, yeah. So Bam, if you want to share that one more time.
Yeah, so the Ryzen website is here, and then the SaaS in the Box video is here. There we go. So those are the two links. If you guys want to check it out there. All right, I know we've been on for about hour and a half now. So if there are any last questions, feel free to drop them in. We'll stick around for another couple of minutes to answer them. And otherwise, if you really enjoyed what we did here today, let us know in the chat if you would like us to do these type of educational series where we're building content and marketing copy with you live. And then I'm sure I can't promise every single time, but majority of the time we'll probably give whatever we created at the end of the webinar to you guys. So let us know if you guys liked it and you want us to do it again. We'll continue to do that.
And really quick, there's two things that I want to mention here before we wrap up. I know Kunal answered this question, but for anyone else that's wondering, I know that the unlimited is confusing. Unlimited just means unlimited sub accounts, not unlimited usage, because again, we're not charging you for usage. You get your usage from OpenAI directly. So you pay for usage costs directly with OpenAI. These costs are just for the app and the inbuilt frameworks and the inbuilt prompts and everything that is in the app itself, outside of the actual OpenAI API usage stuff. And then Fur just mentioned this, and I know he wanted us to announce this too, but we are going to be starting coaching calls. So for those of you, you don't have to be a customer. If you're just like, hey, how does this work? I want to know if heyLevi is going to help me with this use case. You can jump on. For when are we doing it? Remind me, I'm so sorry. I think we're doing it every Thursday at this time, right? So 2 o'clock on Thursdays, I believe is what we talked about. We're going to be doing, and maybe you can send a link out to the coaching call timing too, but we're going to do a weekly coaching call for heyLevi again. Any kind of content.
Yeah, the idea is Thursdays, 2 p.m. Pacific and 5 p.m. Eastern. Everyone who's attending will send a reminder link as well once we get it started. And the whole idea is just getting people started with it, just to get their feet wet, because they'll get the app, and then they'll see there's so much potential, they just don't know how to get started. So just jump on a call, and we work through people's use cases, just get them started, get a feel for it, and once they see it themselves in action, they get a little guidance, and then they're on their own.
Yeah,
All right.
hopefully that helps. Lots of layers of help and support for you guys. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us. Really excited that so many of you stuck on right until the end, even though we went over. Thank you so much for your time and for hanging out with us today.
Awesome. And again, for the last time, we'll get everything we created today in about a week or so will be emailed to those who attended this webinar. As long as you were on this webinar, you'll receive that. Those that may be watching the replay, I do apologize. Please do attend our webinars next time so you can get those resources as well. But we will not be able to honor that to you if you were watching the replay. But if you do attend next time, you got it. We'll definitely give you the resources we're building on here.
Oh, thanks, guys.
All right, guys. Thank you. Take care.
Too many expensive marketing tools.
Should have gone with heyLevel.
You need a high-level business. Extendly and heyLevel provide an all-in-one software platform plus 24/7 support, all under your brand for one low monthly price. So you can ditch the costly mess and start a new SaaS revenue stream with your white label solution. Click the link and start your free trial today.